Good afternoon. How are you? We have great news. Of course, we finally have a great news. Finally. This year has been tough, but we finally have great news. Yes, let's get right into it. Let me know in the comments. How are you feeling about this great news we want to share? We want to start with the great news first, okay? How are you? How are you feeling? How are you feeling? What you doing? Let me know in the comments. How are you? Yeah, we have great news. At least this time, we have great news to share. DACA is back, okay? Even the Trump administration is in favor of DACA. We're gonna start with the great news first, then we're gonna dive into bad news because we always have bad news. It's immigration, okay? But anyway, let's start with the great news. Let me know in the comments. How are you? How are you feeling? This lovely end of the September, September 30th, end of September. How you feeling? Let me know in the comment section. We want to talk about the DACA. Are you a DACA recipient? Do you know anybody who has DACA pending, or they're trying to apply for DACA? They have to, because DACA is a deferred action. With those deportation going on, DACA will be the solution, I believe. Let me pull the news. Okay, so where is the news, by the way? And to pull the news first before I start screaming DACA, DACA. DACA is back anyway. DACA is back. Except for except for Texas. By the way, why would someone live in Texas? Just let me know, because I can't. I can't. Everything that in there, I can't live there. I know why people live there, to be honest. DACA. Okay. Oh, I'm trying to come up with this. Okay. Oh, why people will live in Texas, that I don't know. But DACA is back, except for Texas. As a matter of fact, because DACA is allowed in Texas, but the work permit part of it is not allowed in Texas. So that's why they're even suspending um, commercial um, driving license. Okay, driver license. When it comes to commercial driver license, they just suspended it because of this decision, basically. Let me go and share my screen so we can discuss exactly what's going on. Okay, with DACA. Okay. Okay. It says US will consider new application for DACA for the first time in years. Okay. For the first time in 4 years, the federal government planned to begin processing initial application for DACA, the Obama era program that grants deportation protection and work permit to immigrants brought to the US as children. The move outlined in a proposal Monday by the Justice Department, okay, will reopen DACA to first-time applicant in every state except for Texas. That's why I'm like, why do people live in Texas again? Please let me know, because I don't understand why or live in such state when everything is pretty much prohibited. Anyway, would reopen DACA to first-time applicant in every state except for Texas. Meaning what? People who have DACA pending already, and it was suspended. They couldn't process the application. Now USCIS will resume, and people who are trying to apply can actually apply. The proposal was filed in response to ongoing lawsuit U.S. District Court in Texas. According to the filing, Texas residents who already have DACA could continue. If you already have DACA, you can continue receiving protection, but you will no longer qualify for employment authorization. That's why even driver license is being canceled, like commercial driver license, because you're no longer eligible to work. Lawsuits over DACA or deferred action for childhood arrival have been ongoing since President Trump moved to end the program during his first term. Under the government proposal, DACA recipients who move in Texas will risk losing their legal ability to work while moving out of Texas could allow them to resume qualifying to the 2 years work permit. So if you are a DACA recipient and you have no other ways or any other benefits and you happen to live in Texas, just move out. I mean, it's not worth it to stay there. Quite frankly, if you cannot work, you can do nothing pretty much. If you can't work, how are you gonna live? Just move out of that state. It's not worth it. The state in question is pretty much like a disaster, to be honest. If I really have to be honest, just move out of there, and you can have your DACA and your work permit somewhere else. Okay, you might continue to have DACA there without work permit. How are you gonna live? Your choice. But just move out of there. This proposal do not limit DHS from undertaking any future lawful changes to DACA. The Department of Homeland Security did not respond to a request. Woo! We won. The Department of Homeland Security did not respond to a request for comment. We don't know what they're gonna do. But anyway, DACA is back, my friend. It is back. I've seen a lot of folks saying initial application will start right away. That's not true. She said the status quo stay. If you are a DACA recipient right now, even if in Texas, if you can renew, you should renew as soon as possible, because then you have another 2 years. Okay. They're just gonna start it, because to qualify, applicant must prove they came to the US before turning 16 and have graduated from high school or were honorable discharge from military. Applicant also cannot have serious criminal record. But for 4 years, the program has sat in state of uncertainty, stoking anxiety for many recipients amid court battle. Basically, DACA is back except for Texas. In Texas, they will only have the DACA portion of it, but they will not have the work permit portion of it. What can you do? Just move out of there. That's it. DACA is back. They're gonna resume taking new application, and they're gonna work on pending application that were suspended. When exactly? Anytime soon. Yeah, the department hasn't made a comment yet, but it's just gonna happen, because that's, if you win in court, that's how it works. And to be honest, the Trump administration is in support of DACA in general, so this is a good feeling for this one. Let me stop right here and take some question. Let me see. Yeah, Texas suspend issuance of commercial driver license to non-citizen. You see, Texas halt granting commercial driver license to DACA recipient. Yeah, and asylee, DACA recipient, refugee, and asylee. Can you imagine? Texas has stopped granting commercial. This is another reason to just move away from that state. I don't see why people live there, to be honest. Let me show you this one. Let me show you this this news. Hold on just a second. Let me show you this news. I'm gonna share it already. Share my screen. What? I'm trying to share my screen. Okay, share screen. Entire screen. Let me show you what I was talking about. Okay. Says Texas halt granting commercial driver license to DACA recipient, refugee, and asylee. Imagine asylee are people who actually want asylum and they have a valid work permit. If you don't give them, you suspending giving them commercial driver license. That means you're pretty much prohibiting them from working. How are they gonna make a livelihood? You know what I mean? Like, it just move out of that state. It's not worth it. Texas has stopped granting commercial driver license to DACA recipient, refugee, and people granted asylum. Can you imagine? You've been granted asylum. It means you have a valid work authorization. The State Department of Public Safety announced Monday, effective immediately, the agency will no longer issue he issue commercial driver license or commercial learner permit for people without legal status. Asylee have legal status. What do you mean without legal status? Refugee, asylee recipient of the first, basically you have to have a green card in order to get that, or you're a citizen. The department said pending application in those categories will not move forward, and the applicant will be barred from completing written or skills testing until services are reinstated. Oh, the move comes days after federal emergency rule tightens CDL eligibility for those who lack legal status. But if you've been granted asylum, you're pretty much legal in the country, right? According to new federal, people without legal status can only qualify for CDL if they hold an employment-based visa and pass mandatory federal immigration status check. Texas goes further by blocking refugee, asylee, and DACA recipient from getting one altogether. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. This is what's happening in Texas. That's why in Texas, even the work permit part of DACA is not going to be available. Advanced parole not available. If you live there, just move. That's it. And now that they're even halting the grant of driver license, commercial driver license, meaning if you're a truck driver, you can't be really living there because how are you gonna pay your bill if that's your job? You just move out. That's it. That's all I can say. Stop sharing. What else we have here? Oh my gosh, this is a great news, by the way, for DACA recipient, except for that part of, Texas and doing their whatever they do over there. But that's a great news for DACA recipient. I'm telling you, this is like the only news we've of like pretty much one of the best news so far in general, right? Then what else we have here? We have I guess 3 countries. I have to look at it, the exact name of the country. Let's see. I think it's Gambia, Malawi, Zambia, 3 countries in Africa starting August 20th, and one country starting August 11th. One country like Gambia starting October 11, 2025. The other one, it was effective August 20th. Zambia effective August 20th. While in order for the citizen of those 3 countries to come on a visitor visa, they have to pay between 5, 10, and $15,000 in bond for visitor visa. Yeah, let me just find it. And yeah, that's crazy. That's pretty much not. By the way, if you have a question, please put it in the comment section as we're moving along with all those news. And then I'm going to talk about this one later. Yeah, that one was tough. If you have a question, please put it in the comment section so we can answer those questions. By the way, you already know starting October 29, USCIS is transitioning to only debit card, credit card, and ACH payment option, electronic payment options. So they're no longer gonna take money orders. Okay, that you should know. If you send it, your application. By the way, once you're sending application in October, just start putting electronic payment forms, okay? Because you really just, yeah, just do that, because you don't want them to reject the application. Yeah, let me see again. I'm gonna show it, but let me see. Okay. Do you have a question? We're answering question. Do you have a question? If you have a question, let me know in the comment. I don't see any question. Why? Can you hear me, by the way? I think you can, but why you're not answering question? You're not asking question. Let me put my live session on IG first of all, so that I can get more questions. Yeah, she need to schedule a consultation. Let me send you the link. She needs to schedule a consultation first. I don't take a case without talking to the person. Um, yeah, they need to schedule a consultation. Let me give you a link. Yeah, they need to schedule a consultation. Yeah, I'm trying to put my let's see, my link on IG so I can get the link is right there before your comment. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, if a person is living in Texas, it's not worth it at this point, because if you're trying to benefit from DACA, just move out of Texas. If your job uh, requires a commercial driver license, just move out of Texas, because it's not worth it to stay there and fight to get it, because it's law, basically. You're not going to get it. Um, yeah, just move out of Texas. And by the way, why people live there, I don't know. Um, especially immigrants who are trying to get their document, you can't be in those type of states where there are a lot of restrictions. So just, yeah, just move out. Okay, we already established that. And then we have some people have to get, in order to get visitor visa. I don't do visitor visa, but just this is just to put it out there because it's information. Gambia, Zambia, I believe, they have to pay bond at least at least how uh, is that true? Everyone with asylum pending need to pay 100 by October. Yeah, they have to pay. If you have an asylum pending, you have to pay the fees. If the asylum is pending with USCIS, then USCIS will send a letter. That's what USCIS said. Okay. They said that they're going to send a letter. But if your asylum is pending with the court, you have to pay it yourself. They're not going to send you a letter. And if you don't pay, the case is going to be pre-terminated and the person is going to be ordered removed. Yeah. So what else I was going to say? I have something else I wanted to say. Okay. Yeah, this is everything you need to know if you're filing cases with immigration. It has to be valid cases. If a person's filing a fraudulent case, what's going to happen is nowadays USCIS is really investigating on those cases. You might find yourself in jail. Just don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Not worth it. It says here, USCIS in coordination with ICE enforcement and the Federal Bureau of Investigation conducted Operation Twin Shield, to first of its kind to target fraud and deterrence activities across Minneapolis. Okay, immigration officer discovered suspected fraud in 275 cases in the Minneapolis area. The effort focused on site visits and targeted verification. Yes, if you are filing a petition for marriage, okay, and you're not living with the spouse in question, you have to have a clear explanation as to why you guys are not living together, because what they're doing, they're conducting verification, okay? Site verifications, like they're going on site to verify the applicant, the petitioner with pending immigration benefit, okay? Yeah, and they're even calling like landlord to verify. The officer focused on more than 1,000 cases that had fraud indicated. Yeah, site visit, 900 site visit and in-person interview, and found evidence of fraud, non-compliance, or public safety or national security concern. Case interview, USCIS with ICE and FBI, who provided valuable assistance during the operation. Issue notice to appear to refer alien to ICE in 42 cases, and 4 aliens were apprehended. USCIS expect data. Yeah. Okay. Like like the thing that people fabricated, death certificate from Kenya, falsely claiming US. It usually involves those marriage, green card based on marriage case, death certificate from Kenya, $100 to fabricate termination of marriage. The spouse in question is still alive, residing in Minneapolis, and he's the mother of 5 of his children. In other case, an alien in the son of none of suspect. Officer, his visa was previously found to have engaged in marriage fraud. All those cases usually is based on marriage. Like they are going to verify, they're going to call the landlord to make sure that you actually live together. They are going to verify information. If they suspect fraud, then they're going to come on site to verify and talk around with neighbors, you know? So, yeah, that's really, just don't do it. That's it. They said they're going to pursue it. Yeah, they're gonna pursue fraud. Just don't do it. Okay. Stop here. Okay. What do we have here? Can be a motion to reopen deny if you lie about entry. Came on visa, told them not. Well, in general, if they find a misrepresentation, I mean, of course, the case might be denied based on fraud, misrepresentation. But you, if you want to reopen your case, usually the reason it's not going to be reopened because it's too late to reopen. That's why people join with ICE, join motion to reopen a case that has been closed. Unless you meet an exception, you can't just reopen it because I-130 has been approved. It's just going to be denied based because it's late, untimely. Okay. That's why people do prosecutorial discretion and try to get ICE to join so they can terminate removal proceedings. That's what we try to do under Biden, right? Um, but just filing because I have I-130 approved, if it's untimely, it's just gonna be denied based on the motion just being late itself. And if they go inside of the motion and find fraud, misrepresentation, that's another problem too, right? So you don't want that. Yeah. What else we have here? Oh, by the way, we have a couple news, great news, because we have a petition that has been approved. Um, that's a great news for us. But if you have a question, please put it in the comment section. Okay, we're just here to answer questions. Yeah, it's right here. They're trying to accept a new DACA application. Oh Lord, that's good. That's really good. Okay, what else do we have here? What else do we have here? I'm trying to wrap up because this was the only great news we had for a very long time. Jeez, for a very long time. We didn't have news. Now we have it. Now we have it. Bonsoir, Bijoux. Vassaillon Donso. Bonsoir. Yeah, Val is back. Vera, glad to be here. How are you? Do you have a question? Please put it in the comment section. If we don't have question, I'm just gonna, wrap up. Hello, how are you? Do you guys have a question? We done here? Okay. How long it takes to get VAWA cases approved? Nowadays, almost 4 years. Yeah, 4 years to be honest. Yeah, about 4 years nowadays. It's taking too long. My case has been 42 months already. Did you try to file a online inquiry? Because usually it tells you when you file online inquiry, it's going to tell you if it's within the processing time or not. Just try to file online inquiry and see what it says. Yeah, VAWA is taking VAWA nowadays taking almost 4 years. That's why I don't want those cases anymore. You'd be stuck there forever. VAWA cases is like it's taking like 4 years. Yeah. I have a case since 2021. I filed for online inquiry. I tried to get the client to talk to congressman, but looks like they don't want to. They want their case to be pending. Maybe they're afraid or something. I don't know. But yeah. So yeah, nowadays 4 years. Well, it's taking too long. Let me see if we have something else. I don't think we have anything else, to be honest. Oh my gosh, sham marriage, elder exploitation, fake death certificate, federal official to announce arrest relating to immigration fraud operation. Oh, yeah, let me just share my screen so we can talk about this. Oh my god. This is crazy. How can someone fake their own death? I'd be scared. What if I die for real? Oh my gosh. Anyway, so this is what they're saying here. Sham marriages, elder exploitation, fake death certificate uncovered.
Service now connects every corner of your business so people can do all their work on.
Yeah, I need to close that one. But anyway, certificate uncovered in massive Minnesota immigration bust. Twin Shield targeted 1,000 cases in first large-scale investigation under new USCIS enforcement powers. You see how they arrested those people because of the U.S. Citizenship Office of and Services (USCIS) office conducted an unprecedented large-scale investigation in Minneapolis. Okay, they focus on marriage and asylum. Okay, marriage, asylum. If you are talking about marriage, it has to be a valid marriage. If you're not living with the spouse together, there has to be a reason as to why. Otherwise, why are you even together? Okay. They're going to investigate. They're calling landlords, they're calling neighbors, they're doing site visitation. When you're claiming asylum, you have to have credibility and evidence to corroborate what you're saying. Otherwise, you are just it's just gonna be like a frivolous application, and you don't want that. Frivolous application, you don't want that. You don't want a frivolous application, because frivolous application and marriage fraud, there's no waiver available for it. Once there's a finding of it, I mean, you can appeal if you have evidence. If you don't win on appeal, that's it. There's no waiver. You might face jail, deportation, and bar, permanent bar. Okay, under mission, officer targeted 1,000 cases, and they found fraud in 275 cases. Yeah. Okay, that's the target for those cases. And then we have, they're gonna do arrest. Federal official announced arrest relating to immigration fraud operating in Twin Cities, Minneapolis. They're gonna arrest those individuals. Basically, officer counter blatant marriage fraud, visa overstays, people claiming to work at business they can be found, forged document, abuse of the H-1B visa system, abuse of the F-1 visa, and many other discrepancies. I want the American people to know we are declaring war on immigration fraud. So basically, they're going after fraud. Yeah, and then what is this? Then we have new laws, including ICE bill, take effect on October here. Okay, what they're saying here. This is North Carolina, okay? Stricter immigration enforcement. Local law enforcement will be required to further cooperate with the Federal Immigration Authority on the changes approved in House Bill 318. The bill extends earlier effort to force sheriffs to notify Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, before releasing anyone in their custody who's being held on the immigration detainer, a temporary request issued by ICE. Sheriffs, if a person gets arrested, the sheriff will now be required to attempt to determine the immigration status of anyone charged with a felony or drunken driving. This is huge. Okay. It also requires authority to hold people with ICE detainer in jail for 48 hours. Oh my gosh. And then those are the other laws, but we're focusing on immigration. Yeah, so what else we have here? Then we have the DACA that we just talked about. Okay, those are the things that's going on. Okay. Okay, I have a case pending with ICE for fiscal discretion and never got an answer from them. Oh, I mean, you should reach out. Do you want an answer or do you want it to be just pending? Eventually, they give you an answer, but if you want to know the response, you should reach out. Okay, I guess this is it, right? We talked about everything that is currently going on. Don't forget, starting October 29, you really have to pay your USCIS fees, electronic payment only. They're no longer accepting money order or checks, okay? Physical checks, so they don't. It has to be electronic payment only. This is it for today. If you have additional questions, just please put it in the comment section, or if you need a consultation, you can schedule it, okay? Until next time, bye-bye. The good news is for DACA recipients only, but other people just be aware of what's going on. Until next time, bye-bye.